Ms. Strickland.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You know, on the face of it, when you read this, who doesn't want transparency? We want to make sure that we're being forthcoming. And you read the contents about what it is they're seeking. If I believed that this was a good faith effort that wanted to promote diversity and equity and inclusion, I would say, what a great idea. Let's do this and let's reward people who want to do that, because that's the direction that this country is moving. But unfortunately, I feel as though this is really a manufactured grievance that is seeking to divide. If we think about what it means to have diversity, equity, inclusion, it's something that makes this country stronger. It is something that makes organizations stronger, better decision making. And let me go there and talk about critical race theory, because it has become something that's become weaponized as a way to divide people. As a nation, we should not fear intellectual curiosity or learning our history. As a nation, we should not fear embracing diversity, equity, and inclusion. When you look at the makeup of the military, it is one of the most diverse organizations on the planet. And when I think about what this means and what we're trying to do, it's not about rewarding people for having DEI, it's a way to be punitive. And so I am a hard no, I will not be supporting this. I also want to remind ourselves that as a nation, we strive to be a more perfect union. We should learn from our past, and we should always strive to be better every day. And that has to start with the DoD and the people with whom we do business. So I'm going to vote no on this amendment, and I will yield back my time. Our service academies are institutions of higher education. They are universities. And when you think about why people want their children to go to universities, you want them to get an education, to become enlightened, to learn things, to be intellectually challenged, to see parts of the world, to have debates. That's the purpose of higher education. And our service academies are no different. But I'm going to get a little personal here. As a woman who is Black, as a woman who is Korean, and as a woman, the social, political, and economic systems in which I've had to operate have not always welcomed me into positions of leadership and authority. At our service academies, we are cultivating leaders. My father, a young Black man, joined a segregated army, served and fought in 2 wars for a country that didn't always love him back, but he loved this country. But when we think about the rubric of some of the things that have happened in this country historically, whether it was my dad joining a segregated army and one that was desegregated by President Truman, or what's happening today, just the data points that Chairwoman Spear put out, is something that we have to deal with. And I'll come back to this again. It will make us stronger. Being educated makes us more enlightened. And if the leaders at our service academies are going to help keep us safe nationally and globally, they have to be people who understand different systems and how the world works. Critical race theory is not trying to make white people feel bad, but it's acknowledging that underrepresented communities have had systemic barriers, and some of them still exist. We always strive to be better. We always strive for a more perfect union. And again, our service academies and our leaders at DoD should exemplify that. So the resounding no vote that I'm going to give all of these amendments is really just based on my original point. This is nothing but a national campaign of manufactured grievance to distract from what's really happening. If you want to talk about the need to study critical race theory, look at what happened on January 6th. I yield my time.